Hey everyone, welcome to Introverted Cinescape. This is the first long form video that I am doing on this channel. So, in this video, I will be reviewing Emily in Paris season 1, which I recently watched after a YouTube notification popped for its season 4 trailer. In this video, I will be sharing my thoughts and opinions on the same. It might be a bit controversial or rather a negative review, but I would like to know what are your opinions on this series. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get into the video. And before I say anything, if I am looking in this direction, it is because I am looking at the points that I have jotted down so that I can share my thoughts on those particular points. So yeah, let's get into the review. Okay, so first I'll give a summary of what's happening in this series. So in this series, our female lead Emily is a director at a firm in Chicago, and her boss Madeline was supposed to go to Paris because they acquired a smaller marketing firm in Paris named Savoir, but she accidentally finds out that she has gotten pregnant and thus had to cancel her plans to go to Paris. As her replacement, Emily grabbed this opportunity and went down to Paris as soon as she got the news. When she reaches there, she is not quite welcomed by her colleagues, and they even isolate or despise her because one, she does not speak French, and two, she seems a little bit too casual to them. So yeah, now let's get on with the review. So the first point that I want to mention is that I think that Emily in Paris, or rather Emily in Paris as it is supposed to rhyme, I truly loved the cinematography that they did, and also the typography, the font Emily in Paris that popped up in every episode. I really loved that font. Yeah, the Paris backdrop and scenery were amazingly portrayed in the series. From the cafes to the croissants that Emily raved about. So yeah, during the first week or so, everyone at work isolated her, but gradually they began to accept her because of her ideas and her enthusiasm and how she basically warmed up to them. So I did not like Emily's fashion as much as the other characters. For example, Sylvie and Camille's fashion sense were spot on, and Emily's wasn't too bad, but compared to the French people, she was lacking a bit. And I think they were trying to give her an American flair. That's why they did not dress her as amazing as them. In the beginning, it is shown that Emily had a crush on Gabrielle, and vice versa. It was both ways actually. But the thing that turned me off totally was that even though Gabrielle was committed in a relationship with Camille, he still mingled with Emily and gave her signs, or gave her signals actually, that yeah, he might be single or not.
It wasn't just you. I felt it too.
Even though she knew that he was already committed, she still had feelings for him, which was very, very wrong, and it goes terribly against my personal ethics. So yeah, I hated this fact, and I felt a bit sorry for Camille because she had to endure all this without even knowing it in the first place, and she was being deceived by Gabrielle from the start of the series. This was the biggest shock of the series for me. As being an Indian, we value our relationships as a very sacred and pure thing. For me, it is a very pure thing and I cannot ruin it. And I think the story ruined it for me. And I would also like to mention the case with Pierre Cardot, the French designer, which even Sylvie was excited to meet. So the story was like he got depressed and then came up with a new fashion line, which I personally quite hated because I don't think it looked nice to me. I don't like that kind of fashion. Also, um, one thing that was quite hilarious was that Emily grabbed or attracted men left and right everywhere in Paris, which was a bit unrealistic. For example, first the broker, then Gabriel, then Antoine, then the guy at Mindy's party, then even Pierre Cadot's heir, and after that, even Camille's brother. As for the architecture, the cinematography, I loved Camille's home or chateau, as they say. I'm sorry if I'm butchering it, but I really loved the architecture, the grandeur, and I cannot explain it in words. Like, the one thing that was the best in this series was the cinematic portrayal of all the places in Paris. And I, after watching Monte Carlo as a kid, I had a dream to visit Paris when I grow up, and I think I might do in the future. Not yet, yeah, but I really love Paris. I would love to explore and visit Paris and taste all the delicacies there, especially the croissants that they are famous for. Yeah, I would also like to mention one more affair that I was particularly against, and that is the affair between Antoine and Sylvie.
Sylvie is Antoine's mistress.
So, if I recall, I think although Antoine was married, he engaged in an affair with Sylvie, and not 1 month, not 2 months, but I think it was around a decade or so. So, yeah, that was really disheartening to know. And it was also hinted that even Antoine's wife might be unfaithful in their relationship. The one character which was quite memorable, or as you say, a breath of fresh air, was Mindy Chen. So she was basically a Chinese girl and she wanted to pursue her dreams and her life in Paris. So she left her home even though she was from a wealthy Chinese family, and because she had to chase her dreams, she left that glorious life and started working part-time and became independent after coming to Paris. I think one of the best moments of the show was Mindy singing La Vie en Rose in the park.
Quand il me prend dans ses bras, il me parle tout bas, je vois la vie en rose.
It was mesmerizing. I loved her voice. I absolutely loved it. I don't know if it was her who sang it originally in the series, but I loved it. So, yeah, summing up, I would like to say that the drama was okay. I loved the location, obviously, Paris. Who doesn't love Paris, right? The only thing that I hated was the portrayal of affairs and the casual relationships, and I think it was also mentioned by Sylvie or some of the characters that I know that French people are quite romantic. It has been seen in many movies, but the series portrayed them as being casual in relationship. I personally hate such flingy or one night stand things. it's a big no-no for me. So yeah, apart from the affair part, I think it was an okay drama. So while I was editing this video, I noticed that I did not actually give the series a rating. I think I would rate the story a 5 on 10, and that 5 is also because of Paris and the location. And I won't be rewatching this series or season again in the future. And this series actually reminded me of why I quit watching American dramas and shows, and it was because of the way that they portrayed relationships and sexuality in their shows. So yeah, that's all from me. I hope you agreed with me, and if you didn't, I would love to know your opinion on this series. If you would like me to review any other series or K-drama or Chinese drama or anything media related, please mention it below in the comments. So yeah, this is for the hidden love watchers. After I finish editing and posting all the clips from Hidden Love, I don't think I will be posting clips as much, but one thing that I will be doing is that I will be summarizing or giving my review on individual episodes of the drama series. And just like in this video, I will put this clip at the bottom right and play the clips, if they are relevant of course, on the screen. And I would be really grateful if you give me the same love and support that you gave on my short videos. And yeah, that's it. If you have any requests, please mention it down in the comments below, and I would love to know what you thought of this video. Thank you. We will meet soon in another long form video.